Hi there, Joka here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, and in this video I'm going to be focusing on the new circles background cover plate. This is an A2 size cover plate, and I actually already created my backgrounds off camera. So the way I created this is I die cut the panel and then I attached it to another panel that had a double-sided adhesive on it. In the first video, the finger puppet cats, I think, I showed what product I'm using. Is the Elizabeth Crafts 6-inch wide double-sided adhesive roll. It's a huge roll and I've had it for years, and I always use it for this purpose mostly. And I created this off camera because I have my die cutting machine on another desk, and I like to do this right there and then, otherwise I lose the pieces. Now I'm using some older products as well. This is the You Can Count on Me from a few years ago, but I do have everything in stock that I'm using from the older products. And what I was gonna say is that, I do design a lot of cover plates because I love pattern and I love playing with pattern, but then I always have the feeling when I have to create the sample cards that I do the background and then I'm stuck, because I mean, how do you finish it? I just want to add a sentiment and that's it, so that my background is visible if I already worked on it that much. And also just, sometimes it's not a repetitive pattern that you can just cover up and then you still see some of it. So I struggle with that, but I was sitting on this for a few days, and also on some other cover plates that I created at this release, wondering what products I could use with it. And by the way, now that I see that, I probably should have left that yellow. I kind of like that yellow, the number 40. So I chose this one because it does not cover up a whole lot of the background. And also I have two friends that turned 40 this year, so I thought I would prepare their cards, well, quite early actually, because one is end of May, the other one is November, so I probably will forget by then. So I'm trying to figure out where to place that 40. I wanted to use the same color as that because the yellow circle is the biggest. I wanted to have it yellow and then use it on the yellow background, so it's kind of tone on tone, but I didn't like it at that time. Now looking at it, it would have been good, I think. But well, you decide. And then I've just used the same colors that I used in the background for my flowers, just maybe a different tone so that they stand out a little bit. And I added the tiniest enamel dots for flower centers, and then I will place them where I wanted them on the number, and I'll glue them down using liquid glue. And that's well, I will add just maybe 1 sentiment as far as I remember. Now I actually got uncertain if I did that, but I will see in a second. So I tuck the little leaves under the flowers so that you cannot see the end of them. I kind of shortened it as well. And then I'm adding some enamel dots to have even more circles than I already have. And you can see that this background, I kind of went for just one color for each circle, but since they are interlocked. It's a bit difficult to create or use one color for every circle. So you will see I had to go with one of the two colors. Just to add something more like a bit of a different texture, I'm also adding a few enamel dots in matching colors, and then that card is done. And on my next card, as you can see, I used several shades of one color to fill my circles, to make them more colorful. And this is actually, I did not die cut the whole panel from every single color. I just go section by section. It might take a little bit, actually it doesn't take longer because I still have to go through the same amount of times with my die cutting machine. It's just what takes a bit longer is to cut smaller pieces of cardstock, but it's perfect for using up smaller scraps, which I'm never seem to be able to throw away, so it's perfect for this. And I added 2 layers of white die cuts on top. It creates a bit of dimension, and also I just like that look. So I need to have a dimension either with the color pieces or with the outline. And in this case, I went with the outline, and then I used the smile sentiment from the jumbo emoji set, and I die cut each letter from a color, a tone on tone look is what I wanted to achieve with this. And then that's it for this card. I didn't want to make it more complicated. Now this one, the mid-size butterfly, is also an older product, and I die cut it from a few different colors because I wanted to create a white butterfly with some colorful details. And as you can see, I am using the white outline as a template to help me where I have to glue down the color pieces, because I didn't actually want to do inlay technique in a way. I did not want to glue down the wings of the butterfly on the background because I want to have some movement. So that's how I started with this. And then I realized that I also don't want to throw away any of my colorful outlines. So I am going to bend their wings a little bit, but carefully, not to kind of, well, the word is not bend there, but just not to make cracks in the paper. I kind of use my fingers to stretch the paper a little bit as I go, and that's how I form the wings in a way. And then I decided to settle on this periwinkle color as my outline, and then you will see all the dimension under those wings. Of course, from this angle you don't really see it, but when you have the card in your hands, I think it makes a difference, especially because I'm going for a really simple background, which I just wanted to show you that it looks still great when you just use white on white, but then in a more dimensional way. So I layered up a few of these die cuts and added them on top of my panel, which I created with the use of the double-sided adhesive sheet or roll that I showed you earlier. And then I will just add the butterfly in the middle. I will use liquid glue to glue it down. And I created a sentiment with one of the Happy Everything die set from the same release. And this time I actually used orange for my background, not black, but still with white letters. And to add a bit more color, I come in with some enamel dots in matching colors. Well, in fact, this is periwinkle, my favorite. So I think it's great with orange. And again, just so that it's not all white in the background. I struggle with white. I love white on white textured backgrounds, but for whatever reason, I just can't let them be. I can't leave them as they are. Okay, so these are my 3 cards. I hope I could give you some ideas. I hope you like this cover plate. I think you can create really pretty colorful projects with it, or not if you prefer just white or single color as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.